in the way we govern, but also in who governs, that we just get stuck. We get stuck recycling and regurgitating ideas and people, especially people in high places in government. And it's no wonder we can't make significant progress on any of the proper fronts.
And I think a part of the question that many of us have for our government and for each other is, what would it look like to create a Virgin Islands that actually values and believes in Virgin Islanders? And I think that that's the question that we sometimes skate around, but that's, I feel, how we get to a place where our entire tourism branding is rooted in and focused on the white American values and needs and consumerism, rather than focused on who we are and what we might need for our own well-being and our own survival.
How to have a tourism economy where you're not crassly commercializing things, where you're true to yourself, where you're true to your identity and your community, and it's never going to be perfect. There's all kinds of questions that you're faced with if you participate in this economy about how to maintain your integrity and how to really believe in what you're doing.
You can't compete with profit. You can't compete with the commodification of beauty. When our tourist base is so strong, it feels like a tidal wave after a tidal wave of seasoned tourism. When we're rushed with tourists and we have nothing to run to escape from. We're constantly in service, even if that's driving behind someone slow on the road. There's just nowhere to escape that, other than your house and with your family.
I deplore the fact that tourism is all in all. We have to get away from being so reliant on tourism.
There's sometimes when I think about some of the older St. Johnians that I grew up with, I don't think that I'd even want them to see this place because I think their hearts would be broken.
I think if the population gets too large and too business oriented, things become very impersonal.
When money and power are dominant in a community, the folks, how are you going to compete? How are you going to compete? How are you going to make them listen to you? How?
It takes a lot more effort from the ground, from the roots up, to make change or to get things to go in your way. If there are too many people at the top that have money, and that's one of the things we have. We're competing against people that, find this place to be beautiful, attractive to them, and they wanted to be what they wanted to be.
We're more environment, we're more local arts and crafts, we're more, the history of St. John, the culture of St. John, be it food, be it baskets, be it shacks, or, whatever. I mean, we need to brand that. We need to work on that as our brand, and preserving our history, preserving our culture here.
So you were here and say, well, I said good morning, but they don't answer us. They don't answer me. And you try to grab them and say, well, you know what? Still say it. That's who we are. That's what we do. But it's getting harder and harder.
It will become increasingly hard to live here as somebody with really profound, complicated connections to the island, and it may become not much harder, maybe even easier to live here as somebody who's just kind of looking for, a place with some booze and beaches and etc. And that will increasingly mean that what makes St. John special will be lost.